Hey guys, so Aunt Sally is sleeping today, so gives us a chance to get a good lesson in while she's out. No interruptions from Aunt Sally today. Okay, so what we're going to do first today is we are going to learn about equations. So we are solving for an unknown variable. So in the past, we've just been simplifying because we were not able to solve for what the variable actually represented. But today, we are actually going to solve for those, okay? So in order to do that, they're going to give you an equation that'll look something like this. So x plus 3 equals 12, okay? I want to figure out what x equals, okay? Now, I could do this one of two ways. I could say that 9 plus 3 obviously gives me 12, right? But the algebraic way of solving these, we are actually going to isolate this variable, okay? So I'm going to move this 3 to the other side of the equation, okay? When we are moving anything across the equal sign, we do the opposite of what's being done. So because this is a positive 3, it's being added to this side, I want to take it away from this side, okay? In order to do that, I'm going to subtract it. So I'm doing the opposite of what's being done right here, okay? It's a positive, I'm going to subtract it, okay? What I do to one side of the equation, I must do to the other. So I also will subtract a 3 from the other side. So now I'm left with, these two are going to cancel out. Okay, I'm left with just an x on this side of the equation. And 12 minus 3 is going to give you 9. And we know that we can check ourselves because 9 plus 3 equals 12. And now I have 9 plus 3 is 12. We have the same thing on both sides of the equation, so now I know that I did it correctly. Good? Let's move on. So this one, we have x minus 6 equals negative 4 plus 14. Okay. So I am going to simplify this side of the equation first. I know it looks a little intimidating, but I can go ahead and simplify this, and that'll make it a little bit easier for me to solve for x, okay? So negative 4 plus 14, that's going to give you a positive 10. So we'll have x minus 6 equals a positive 10. When I move this 6 to the other side of the equation, this is being subtracted from this side. So remember, I always want to do the opposite. The opposite of subtraction is addition. So now I'm going to add 6 to both sides of the equation. When we add 6 over here, these two cancel out, okay? When we add 6 over here, we get x equals 16. Easy peasy? Okay, let's move on. So over here, we have 7 plus x equals negative 16. Okay, this one's a little bit trickier because there's nothing in front of this 7. If I don't see anything in front of the 7, it's understood to be a positive. So the opposite of a positive is a negative. So I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. Okay, so these two are going to cancel out, and I will have x equals, these are both negatives, right? So I'm going to add them together, and we're going to keep the same sign. So this will be a negative 23. Okay, and then this last problem over here, I have n minus 9 equals negative 8. So the opposite of minus is plus. So the opposite of subtraction is addition. So we're going to add 9 to both sides. We're left with just an n over here. So negative 8 plus 9. We have different signs here, so remember we subtract and we take the sign of the larger absolute value. So 9 minus 8 is 1, and the 9 is has the larger absolute value, so it is going to be a positive 1. Okay, I'm going to erase the board real quick. We're going to do 2 more problems together, and then I'm going to let you guys do some on your own. Okay, so we're going to work these last 2 problems out together. All right, let's do this. So let's see, we are going to start with, remember we always want to do order of operations. If we can solve for anything, we're going to do that first. And so be quiet. We don't want to wake Aunt Sally. I can't deal with that today. I can't. Okay. So we're going to subtract first because we're following order of operations. So we want to do 12 minus 10, which would be 2. Remember, we always show all of our work. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so we've got 4 equals b minus 7. Okay, I want to isolate my b here. Okay, I can't, the variable doesn't have to be on the left side of the equation. We can leave the variable on the right side. So in this problem, we're going to do that. So I'm going to move this 7 over here. It's a negative 7. So the opposite of a negative is going to be a positive, or we're going to add it. So I'm going to add 7 to this side. I will add 7 to this side. So 4 plus 7 is going to be 11. So b equals 11. Okay, for this problem, I'm going to simplify my like terms first. Notice that we have 5x and 4x, and they are on the same side of the equation. So I can just go ahead and combine my like terms. So 5x minus 4x would give me just 1x, or just x, plus 2 equals 1. Now I want to subtract 2 from both sides of the equation because it's a positive. Okay, so then we are left with just an x over here because these two are going to cancel out. 1 minus 2 is going to give us a negative 1. And that's it. Okay, if I would like to check myself, remember I can always plug these back in for the variables, and then both sides of the equation, just like we did earlier, both sides need to equal each other, okay? All right, good job, guys. And I would like for you to do pages 442 and 443. In your textbooks, you're going to do 1 through 24, just the even problems. When you finish these, just snap a picture and send it over to me so I can know that you guys are on the right track. You're doing a great job, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.